I guess my love for space started when I was about 4, and that would have been 1983, 1984. And I was sick with bronchitis, and I guess it got really bad. My mom called the doctor. He said, you know, it was autumn, just like it is now. It had just rained. It was cool outside. He said, take him outside, get him some cool air in his lungs. When we went outside, she had me wrapped up. And as I was sitting there just relaxing, and I looked up and there was the moon, huge crescent, beautiful stars all around, crisp, cool air, and instantly I was hooked. I wanted to know more about space. I wanted to know more about the moon. Um, so yeah, that's what really hooked me. And then growing up, like I said, well, like you mentioned, I wanted to be an astronaut, wanted to be an archaeologist. So ancient cultures and things have always interested me, but space has always been a big interest. And art has been a huge interest. Um, so my grandfather got me National Geographic subscription when I was a little kid, and I just remember flipping through the pages looking for any type of space news I could find, any type of planetary news. When the Hubble telescope went up, that was a big thing for me. Um, the Challenger disaster, I remember being sick. I was homesick when that happened, and I just instantly bawled. I grew up in Akron. There was a teacher on board from Akron, Ohio, and that affected all of us there and all of us little kids there. It really, kind of
Yeah.
it was a big dose of realism for a lot of little kids.
Because it was
And
it was live TV back then. It was like live.
right,
There was no pause button. I mean, or just I mean,
nothing.
it was just going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it was live, and I watched it live, and I remember asking my mom, "Did they make it? Did they make it?" And her just crying and shaking her head. And that's pretty big when you're a kid. That's
Yeah.
pretty big.
Yeah.
Um, so as I grew up, space has already been a big place in my head, a big place in my heart. My wife knew that, and back in about 2011, she purchased me a Meade ETX 80, which is a small refractor, pretty affordable, but it's on an alt azimuth mount. So it it can track, but it's really good for moon photography and tracking planets and things like that, which is what I used it for. But we were having children at that time, and that took up a big amount of my attention. So just recently, I started getting back into the hobby and really focusing in on it. So